Many are talking about a possible 3 days of darkness. And many religions have also been talking about this for a very, very long time. If this happens, how can we experience it without being afraid or shut down? This is an interesting question. So what my guides are telling me is they're talking about a 3 day 3 days of darkness, and what they're referring to are the grids on planet Earth are going to. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I know I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but it's almost kind of like our grid lines are going to be taken down. And what that actually looks like to me is more like cell phone towers, um, cell phone, internet, maybe electricity, but that we are going to be given a beautiful 3 day break. And this is a purposeful time for us to put our phones down, put our, computers down, and to go inside and get all of our answers. They're saying it is akin to a couple of years ago when we went into quarantine. And each and every one of us had to kind of leave our outside world. We had to leave what we were doing. And many of us came in, we were guided to go back home. Some of us were guided to just go home by themselves, just with their own family. Whatever your situation was, just a really beautiful healing time that you were not as connected to others, you were not as connected, but that we were to come in. We were to work out, family things. We were to work out, feeling safe being alone. We were to work out, our relationships. And it was more about remembering how to be more human instead of connected and pinging and back and forth. And because we got such a beautiful lesson from all of that, and then we came out wiser, we came out more heart-filled, many of us, most of us, many. And so this 3 days of darkness is almost kind of like completing your PhD in going inward, getting all of your answers, seeing clearly your next step, looking at what needs healing the most and healing it. And it feels like we don't want, the darkness is going to be because they do not want any distractions for us to just be aware of what needs healing the most. Things are going to lift up within ourselves that are going to need healing. Things are going to, layers and layers and layers are going to come in. Just because you have a spooky wookie that comes in, a thought that comes in, and you send it back to the light, there's a good chance it's going to come back in at a deeper level. And the deeper level may be one of shame. It may be one of maybe I'm not good enough. I'm not really sure, but there's a whole nomenclature of wounding that each one of us have had. And just because the fear picture comes in with the first layer, let's just go ahead and throw that back to the light and allow yourself to go back in and see what emerges next. And it may be a picture, I'm just using shame. And that being the case, it's just like, thank you for showing this, and send that back to the light and take a nap. And then go back in and let them show you. It's like your team is going to amplify back all the stuff that you need to work on right now. And number one, start working on it now before the 3 days of darkness. But with the 3 days of darkness is the opportunity for us to really, really be the master ascended healers that we all are. So they don't want us to be afraid. The darkness wants us to be afraid. That's why they're shutting everything down. But what they want us to do is just know that this is coming, know that we have this, know that we have the tools. All is well. We're going to be safe, and we're going to be very. I believe we're going to be really successful. But what I just heard, and I want to share with you because it's very whimsical. It is very much kind of the buoyancy of the other side, the guides, the angels, the gods, the goddesses, gods, all there is, ascended masters. And they're saying, maybe it all won't work out, but maybe if seeing if it does will be the greatest adventure ever. And that's why we're here. So I hope that helps. Just stay very, very calm. Just stay very calm and keep sending what you don't want to the light, everything you don't want back to the light, and move on. The next question I have is, how do we best support one another on our ascension path with the hope and the vision of a world that will be able to serve all? Let me let them come in and take a look at that. So my team loves this question because it's asked by most of you who are watching this right now, are beautiful healers, you're beautiful teachers. And what that also means is that you've come in as empaths, that you feel everything, and that the very, very best way, and that can feel like a huge blessing, and it can feel like it is something that's going to absolutely take you down. So what they want you to know about being an empath is you knew when you came, before you came here, you would have to feel it to heal it. So that's why you feel it. And the way that you heal it is you don't take it in, don't look for what's the flaw within you that might have attracted it. Don't look at why it's your fault. Don't look at any of that. They want you to go, oh, thank you for allowing me to feel this. Ick. This is not something I want. This is nothing that I want to create in my future. So I'm going to go ahead and send it back to the light to be transmuted back to love and light now. And if it came from somebody I love, if it came from wherever it came in, all I want you is to use your words, use your thoughts, use your emotions to create what you want. And just go ahead and send a may you be blessed. May you be blessed with everything you need to find your own peace right now. May you be blessed in finding your own light. If you don't even know what to bless, all you need to do is do a grand sweep. May you be blessed. May you be blessed. May this world be blessed. May this universe be blessed. May everybody be blessed. May all be blessed. May I be blessed. And let that go. So the greatest thing that you can do is know that that you are processing a lot of energy. All you're doing is moving the molecules out, and you're bringing in the fear-based molecules. You are turning them into light and sending them out and healing the planet. So that is the greatest gift that you can give others, not taking trauma in and churning and churning and churning and trying to figure out what's wrong with you and why this is you. There's no value at all in that whatsoever. Let me move on. So I hope that helps. The next question I have is, I love these questions. Thank you. As we raise our vibrations, is it okay for us to feel anger and to feel pain and to feel frustration of the past without feeling guilty? Absolutely. I'm going to answer another question before I answer that. And that question would be, what does it mean to raise our vibrations? Okay. So what it means to raise our vibrations is to consciously make a decision to always choose the thought, the emotion, the feeling that makes you feel better rather than worse. Always choose the one that's going to make you feel good, the best. So the way that you raise your vibration is if you have a spooky wookie that kind of lands in, that you like, oh, thank you. Thank you for showing me what I don't want to create forward. Thank you for showing me because it's in a bad neighborhood in my mind. It's kind of scaring me. It's worrying me. I, I don't want to feel scared or worried. So I'm going to send that back to the light. I'm going to take a nap, reboot, reset, or I'm going to go out into nature and walk and just breathe really deeply and let everything go and let them go. If the thing comes in, if the spooky wookie comes in, and it is and you're worried, you're like worried something's going to take you out, you're worried you're not doing it right. It's just like they want you to breathe. They want you to know that whenever you feel worried, whenever you go into a bad neighborhood, whenever a bad neighborhood in your mind, whenever you feel worried, when you feel concerned, when you feel frightened, when you feel not good enough, when you feel anything like that, it might be yours. Send it back to the light. But know that the reason it's coming in is you're holding your breath. And it's almost like you'll see something, it'll trigger something, you'll hold your breath, and then the full-blown picture will come in, the full-blown emotion will come in, the full-blown tightening of your central nervous system, whatever it is. And they want you to know that it is because you've stopped breathing, you've gone into a, a panic mode, you've gone into a flight, fight, or flee. And since most of you here are also healers and many of you are teachers, you may be going into a fawn mode where you have to take care of something or you're going to be in danger. So the very first thing is when you feel that danger, just take a very, very deep breath in, get yourself back in your body. Know that a lot of this will just be moved out when you do it, and go ahead and just send it all back to the light to be transmuted back to love and light now. With that, your vibration will raise. With that, it'll be easier for you to open your eyes and see all of the miracles, see the beauty, for you to feel that radical peace, for you to be able to go, oh, I wonder what's going to happen next, and and be excited about it. I wonder what's going to surprise and delight me next. It's like I can't wait to see what happens. And that, just know that that is the vibration. Your job is to keep your vibration as high as possible. For many of you feel like you're always batting, the darkness off to the light. You're always batting the darkness. It never quits. When you're able to raise your vibration, raise your vibration, raise your vibration, what that does is it trains your system that when the darkness comes in, you heal it and it goes out, and you don't even give it two thoughts. It just comes in, gets healed, and out it goes. Comes in, gets healed, without it goes. That is actually where you are ascending to be. That you don't have to do the work. You don't have to, you can choose not to do the work. You can choose to do the hands-on, but that if anybody just thinks about you, they're in pain. If it's karma, if it's ancestral, if it's your karma, if it's generational, if it is ancestral, if it is wherever it comes from, it hits you, it gets healed immediately as it goes out. That is your end game. So I'm going to go back to, as we raise our vibrations, is it okay to feel the angers, the pains, the frustrations, and the past without feeling guilty? I want you to go yippee when you feel it, something to heal. Yippee, I am so happy that I've got these angers coming up. And these pains coming up and these frustrations. And I'm happy because I can actually send them back to the light and heal them. Many of you, you were such beautiful, beautiful healers that during your wounding period, I'm just going to say is your wounding period. So when you were born, you showed up down here, you awakened, you had a year and a half, 2 years of being fully awakened and having proof of your power. And then, as was agreed upon with your council before coming, you agreed to forget your power, get wounded, and experience life without remembering who you are, without remembering what powerful God sources you are, and without remembering everything that you have learned coming forward, getting completely wounded. And many of us were such brilliant creators when we had, when we had our, beautiful soul family who had agreed to come in and beat up on us. Many of us just said, oh, you know what? You don't even have to beat up on me. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab that club from you and I'm going to beat up on myself. Okay. And so when any of the pain comes in, the frustration, the anger, any of those emotions come in, all it is molecules. They're not going to take you out. No big deal. I want you to give up your baton. No need to hit yourself over and over. And just when they come up, I want you to say, oh, thank you. Thank you for reminding me I have a choice whether or not I want to bring this guilt and shame and all of this stuff that prevents me from remembering the beautiful God source I am. I'm going to send it back to the light to be transmuted back to love and light. Whew, and I am going to know that when I do that, that I am also helping every other being on this planet do the same thing. So I hope that helps. I have one more question. It's about AI. And the question is, what do your guides see about AI? Is it really, really dangerous? Or is it really, really helpful? Should we be afraid of it? And what my guides, um, hmm, I think I've answered something like this before, so I'm going to take a completely different viewpoint with it. I think I taught that, it is nothing to be afraid of. Our whole world, our whole world is based on the darkness and the light. Many of us, if we're asked what we want, we don't know what we want until we are faced with what we don't want, and then we can clarify what we do want. And so I look at AI in exactly the same way. So it's coming in as a gift, as a technology from our star families. It can be a beautiful gift, or not. And the way that it's a beautiful, beautiful gift is when you've got all this churning to do, you're on deadline at work and you need to create a newsletter or something and, go ahead and put it through AI and it'll give you something, um, very vanilla, very, okay, it's fine, it's good, and go ahead and send that out. And the that's kind of the light side of using AI. And I'm just going to use one little tiny example where um, we are here to hand over all of our mundane tasks to it, and that's fine. And what we are really here to teach it is love. So if you kind of look at it as coming down to learn to love versus learn to be afraid or whatever, we have two choices. We choose love or we choose fear. And if we teach it how to love, we are contributing to the light side of it. They want me to talk about creativity. So what happens is what they don't want us to do is we are all very creative. We have all come to leave a creative mark on the planet at this time. What they don't want us to do is take our unique creativity, and they're saying vanilla it down to like blah, 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 which is absolutely perfectly okay, but has no life, no heart, no love. And they're using the example of, I know I was, they were showing Karen they were showing like, the number one Spotify song that was created on AI or something like that. And she was listening to it and just kind of like, you can't say it's not okay, it's okay. But there was something vanilla, there was something bland, there was nothing special, there was no unique fingerprint, no unique, beautiful. I'm going to just call it a fingerprint that when you look back at the beautiful artists that have come in, the musicians that have something so special to add to it. AI is never going to do it. They're just going to turn everything into elevator music. So as a creator, they want you to hold on to your own uniqueness and not just hand it all over to AI to turn into an elevator music song. I hope that helps. But please do not be afraid of AI. Use it with consciousness, use it with love, and um, learn to ask better questions. Use it to ask better questions. And I'm just going to leave it there, and I may want to answer. I may want to answer that at another time. Is what is a better question to ask AI? I will do that another time because this has actually gone on for quite some time. So I hope that helps. I love you all. I appreciate that you have many, many places to spend your time and your energy, and I'm honored that you spend it here with us. So thank you. If you have, please like, subscribe, and if you have any questions that you'd like to bring in, please do. Thank you very, very much. Alrighty, everybody be well. I love you all.